Yes, that's a fire beast. What are we actually going to go find on this one? Can't remember for the life of me. What are we on to now? We've just done all of the bound serpents. I think we're going to the... Yeah, we're looking for the mouths of metal. Or buried metal, that's the one. All the different songs and everything where you can find them. I think I did include the ones we had already found in this. I was just double checking out as one that was claimed. And yeah, so we're looking for the buried metal at the moment. Yeah, Brutal Legend DLC has 2 DLC packs. Tears of the Hexadon pack was free for 2 weeks on PS3 upon release. Oh, okay. And features only multiplayer maps and the Blade of Ormagoden Axe treatment. The second of 2, Hammer Infinite Fate, contain both new maps and new single player items such as threads, new deuce upgrades, and back patches. Okay, so let's have a look at Tears of the Hexadon. Yeah, I don't want that, thank you. Tears of the Hexadon is the first add-on for Brutal Legend. It contains 2 maps as well as new axe for single player and multiplayer. The Blade of Ormagoden. So what's that do then? Let's have a look. I'm guessing the DLC one's at the bottom here. I'm not gonna have to. Yeah, but what does it do? Gifts to the first ones. But what does it do? Oh, it's a cool looking axe. It's Eddie's belt buckle basically. Or that like little idol effigy thing, or whatever it's called that he wears as a belt buckle. I mean, its functionality is no different than having no treatment for the separator. It's merely aesthetic. Oh, okay. So it's got no added abilities to it. It is just a look. That's kind of a shame in a way, but I guess I understand why they did that, because it doesn't feel like you're having to pay to win the game in some ways, I suppose. Shame it's only aesthetical, but hey. Let's have a look at Hammer Infinite Fate. It's the second add-on made available for Brutal Legend. It includes 3 new outfits for Eddie, 4 paint jobs, and 4 upgrades for the Deuce. 4 multiplayer maps, 6 effigies for Mount Rockmore, and 9 new achievements. Bloody hell. Threads are a set of 3 new outfits for Eddie. Each outfit has an associated achievement and trophy. Mountain Man, Heavy Colder. Okay. Okay, Deuce upgrades for the DLC. Oculus are lost, an all-seeing GPS for the world. A winged eye will focus on artifacts of the legend, landmark views, bound serpents, tabs, slabs, etc. Oh, that's pretty cool. Will be available in the Motorforge after completing the game. Okay, so you can't get it beforehand. That's a bit of a bugger. Unlocking new music, still going Motley Crue. Do I go speak to Overslaughter here because I've just done one of the missions? Yeah, okay, I'm just showing off the interaction then.
Tell me, that hat shoots lasers. This record I know I can keep because laser panthers are pretty much impossible to kill.
I mean, not really. They're a pain in the ass, but you can kill them.
5. Did I mention they shoot lasers? I can beat that easy. I'd get moving if I were you.
Where'd your hat go? Anyway, back to what I was reading. Did he insults me as you drive off? Okay, just that one. Sometimes his insults is great. Anyway, back to the berry petal. Yeah, so Eye of Sorrow. Primary weapon that harnesses the power of the Sea of Black Tears and launches black projectiles at enemies, unlocked after Pilgrimage of Screams is completed. Okay. Disgorger, secondary weapon for the Deuce that shoots tainted coil blood. Ugh! Dealing heavy damage to all enemies, so I guess that's like an area effect. And Coiling More. Armor salvage from the personal chariot Lord Aviculus, available after Doom's Dawn. Oh, nice. A list of the achievements you get for this, well, with the DLC. Carnivore, run down 20 animals in a deuce with the Coiling More equipped. If you want blood, you got it. Kill 20 tainted coil units with a Disgorger. Crimea Wither, kill 20 Drowning Doom units with an Eye of Sorrow. Oh, Eye of Sorrow, that's kind of ironic. Whispering Rock, chisel 4 Rasputin heads onto Mount Rockmore. What the fuck? Beard, action beard. Make out with Ophelia while wearing the Mountain Man threads. Okay, why not? A face like a beast. Kill 15 enemies with a metal beast while wearing the Zoilia threads. Hammer of Infinite Fate Taurus. Play a multiplayer game on all Hammer of Infinite Fate multiplayer maps, or fair enough. Hammer of Fate Champion, win 10 games on Hammer of Fate maps. And the Norwegian Send-Off. Visit the grave of a fallen hero while wearing the black metal threads. That does sound pretty cool, to be fair. Okay. Upon release of the second DLC, an update was released. Changes including changing Call of the Wild to summoning from the stage and imposing it, and the tick choppers to the load limit. Avatar health is severely decreased, making it much more vulnerable in combat and prone to being defeated easily by certain double teams. Ah, okay. I guess they tried balancing out multiplayer a bit more then, so you couldn't just go in and absolutely wreck someone's shit instantly. Try and make it a bit more of a fair fight, which is fair enough, that's understandable. I can imagine some people weren't happy about that, but hey, you gotta have balance, right? So yeah, I think that's it for the DLC mentions anyway. Nice. Right, where are we? Been unsociable reading off my phone. Whee! Oh, we did find another Tenacious D song as well. I just call it, yeah, there's at least another one. I can't remember how far down the line that is though. Is it this one? Nah, okay. I did go and listen to some of the songs as I was driving between places. Because I was quite happy with the main lineup you get of the music. There's one or two, again, like Tenacious D's, the other one that popped up, which was Master Exploder. Always happy to hear that one. As ridiculous as it is fucking awesome. And by the way, I think I do show off a bit later on in the video, but the Mount Rockmore effigies there, it's just on the right there. There is one of those hands pointing, with a staircase pointing upwards with a lightning bolt. That's where you go for the Mount Rockmore effigies. Which I found out while I was driving around and finding all these extra bits. So it's nice to finally confirm what the hell they were actually about. Bit in my head again. Bye, Juice! Poor Kerr. Yeah, as you can tell, I did change around the weapons a bit as well, experiment a little bit. Got the fire axe out now, currently, which isn't too bad to be fair. That is good for dealing damage to single targets. As you imagine, it sets them on fire, does some consistent damage, and you could just keep racking it up and up and up, so... That's right. I love the fact that they have Mermaider on here as well, which I don't know if you've ever seen the Bat Metal videos. I don't know how I never realised before that it was on here. I was just driving along, so I recognise this. That's on the bloody Bat Metal video, isn't it? For fuck's sake. So really... So, kind of chuckling along away to myself on that one. Thanking ya. So I know I'm kind of jumping from topic to topic here. When it does come to the Overstore missions, I do recommend just staying in your vehicle, just getting your weapon of choice mounted on, and just stay in your car because it makes it so much easier. The car takes the damage, so even if you do take a lot of damage, you're not in danger of dying. The car's damage output is pretty friggin' high anyway. See you later, dudes. The car's damage is pretty high anyway as well, so that helps. It's just overall a really safe way of doing things. You could drive around, find the enemy, kill it, and then carry on. Like I said, getting the enemies to spawn where you want them to can be a bit of a pain in the ass sometimes. And like you'll find 2 or 3 in a row, and you'll be driving around like, where they gone to? I fucking love that line. I only summoned that because I thought I found the last one, but then on the next recording session, it's like, oh wait, this one. Oops. There it is. Buried away in the corner there. In fact, I believe that was Master Exploder.
Looky here.
Yeah, it was. So that was the last one I found. It's like, hell yeah. That felt quite fitting. Just go, where is it? Where is it? Found it. Yeah, now we're on to the artifacts of legends, which I'm going to shut up while these are playing so you can actually hear the story being told within them. Coil's remains.
The tainted coil never comprehended the Titan's instructions. They were too consumed with their feelings of abandonment and betrayal. How could their masters leave them alone? Where had they gone? They searched the entire world, but the only trace of the Titans they ever found was a single shred of a single nail from a single toe of their old masters. They worshipped the master's nail and tried to reanimate it with dark and bloody rituals. But all they could create was small replicas of the Titans, creatures no bigger than themselves, whose very size mocked the coil's failure. And that is how the tainted coil came to create and immediately despise the race of man.
You heard it here, folks. We were made from toenail. Fucking brilliant. Doesn't that just fill you full of joy? That's a hell of a statue in the background. Black Tear Rebellion.
Humanity was enslaved by the coil and suffered their cruelty for ages until a leader emerged and led the humans in rebellion. He made them into an army, taught them to make weapons, cars, and clothing from the natural world. The man they called Ragnarok was so effective, the desperate coil broke the seal on the Sea of Black Tears, knowing the allure and danger it had for humans. Those who drank first, intoxicated with power, renamed their uprising the Black Tear Rebellion. But madness eventually turned human against human and tore the movement apart. Ragnarok never gave in to the sorrow, and he alone survived. His rebellion crushed, he set off on one final mission to assassinate the tainted emperor. He was never seen again.
That's one hell of a way to induce a civil war, I suppose. God damn. Cut. Where are you all? So, oh yeah, I need to show off on the map, don't I? Whoops. Abomination Overdrive.
To ensure their dominance over the world forever, the tainted coil decided to hunt down the so-called future generations and take back the wealth of knowledge so unfairly bequeathed to them by the Titans. They performed a 10-year ceremony of orgy and sacrifice that culminated with a gross perversion of time that sent their emperor and most bloodthirsty warrior forward to the age of modern man. Along with the emperor, they sent a small idol of Ormagoden, which would return the traveler if a blood offering were made into its mouth. They also sent a small cadre of the Emperor's slaves, not knowing that among them hid a murderous stowaway.
Tactical espionage. Hell yeah. But yeah, a 10-year orgy. I mean, I guess that sounds like a fun time. You get pretty sore after a while, though. Anybody got any more lube? We need more lube! God. Yeah, don't worry, Tolk. The car's still there. Stop panicking. Next! I said next! Thank you. It's gonna ignore the enemy, though. How do these things work? How do you record into them? Maggots devour the corpse of hope. Nice.
When Succoria arrived in the modern age, she made a horrible discovery. The future belonged to humans, not demons. They were the inheritors of the Titan's legacy, and their civilized world drained her of her spirit, her bloodlust, and her will to live.
Damn.
She could not return a failure, so she released her slaves and retired in defeat to a hidden cave. The stowaway, Ragnarok, stayed with her to complete his mission, but he could not bring himself to kill the pitiful once great warrior. Instead, he took care of her, and they became companions. Far away from their old world and its ancient battles, prejudices, and taboos, an intimacy developed, and then a coupling, and then, miraculously, a child. Its birth left Succoria lifeless, and Ragnarok took the child out of the cave and raised him in the age of modern man, never telling him of his forbidden ancestry.
Makes me wonder what Succoria looked like, though, because Eddie does just straight up look like a normal human being. Like, apart from obviously when the demon blood thing goes off, but... yeah, I wonder what she actually looked like. I reckon that'd look pretty cool. It might be the concept art somewhere, I don't know, I've not actually checked that, but... Yep, well done, Tolk. You remember to show where it is. Give yourself a pat on the back. And for the final artifact of legend. Quite suitably in the Sea of Black Tears again. The Roadie. Guess who this one's about?
Ragnarok lived out the rest of his life in peace. And when he passed, his son Edward found the idol of Ormagodden in his attic, mistaking it for a belt buckle. He wore it to remember his father, but when an accident let his blood fall into the beast's mouth, the spirit of Ormagodden was summoned, and the fire beast took Edward back in time to the age of metal. There he found that his combination of roadie skills and demon blood allowed him, and him alone, to complete his father's mission.
Damn straight.
To slay the demon emperor, push back the flood of black tears, and fight for the freedom of his people and the glory of their metal.
Excellent. Yeah!